What's up, spectators? Welcome back to the episode of Last Window. Last time we came down to Lucky's Cafe and found a letter left by our mystery assignment sender that a reward for solving the mystery of the Scarlet Star would result in us finding out the murderer of Kyle's father. So we're gonna talk to Claire here and see if she knows who put that letter underneath the booth table. Claire, can I ask you something? Sure, what is it? Did anyone sit at the table today? That table? Yeah, there was someone. Who was it? Let me think. Is it coming back to you? Oh, right. I remember both Charles and Dylon sitting there. There might have been other customers who sat there too, but I can't remember. Sorry. I see. But tell me, Mr. Hyde, why are you so interested? No reason, just curious. Okay, if you say so. Claire finishes talking and moves away from me. Might be wise to have a chat with both of them. Okay, and they are, let's take a look at the characters. So, Dylon lives in 304, handyman, and Charles lives in 305. All right, they're right next to each other. That's pretty convenient. Okay. Room 306's door is open. Well, hello there, Mr. Hyde. Oh, it's you. This is the last place I'd expect to bump into you. What brings you out this way? Nothing much. I sometimes come up to the third floor to call on people. Well then, that explains it. I had no idea you were on good terms with the residents on this floor. Tell me, it wouldn't be Dylon from 304 that you've come to see, would it? Maybe. What if it is? I hate to give out unwanted advice, Mr. Hyde, but you should keep your wits about you when dealing with him. What's that supposed to mean? He seems to have an unhealthy obsession with acquiring information on other tenants. His pretense is that he's doing work on behalf of Mrs. Patrice, but he takes advantage of this and tends to monitor the tenants' movements. I speak from experience, Mr. Hyde. I've seen his type before. I'd advise you to keep well away from him if you know what's good for you. Why, did you catch him sniffing your boxers or something? Oh, but I'm sorry, listen to me, talking your ear off. I really must be going, Mr. Hyde. So long, farewell. Will moves away and heads down the stairs. Hey, Mr. Hyde. I noticed you were chatting to Mr. White just now. Yeah, that's right. What were you talking about? Nothing, just greeting each other. Really? It sounded like a very long greeting then. Yeah, we don't see each other that often. Are you sure that's all you did? As far as I knew, you and Mr. White didn't even know each other before. It just seems strange that you'd spend so much time with a person you barely knew. Listen, Dylon, you're being real fucking creepy right now. Were you trying to eavesdrop again? Eavesdrop? You have a nasty habit of always being around when people are talking. How many times have you been conveniently located nearby while I'm having a conversation? It's happened once too often for my liking. It's not like that. I think it's time you came clean, Dylon. I haven't got anything to come clean about. You really expect me to believe that? Well, speak up, I can't hear you. I really haven't got anything to tell you. Spit it out, now. Why are you trying to listen in on my conversations? Please, tell me what you think I've done, Mr. Hyde. I don't take too kindly to being accused without a good reason. You what? Dylon looks dumbstruck as he returns to his room. Hey. I can hear Dylon's voice ring out from within the room. It's me, Kyle Hyde. I don't want anything to do with you. Aw, who's being a sourpuss? Dylon, we need to talk. Now open this door or I'll kick it down and kill you. Go ahead. Damn it, Dylon. That's not my name. My name's Dylan. Open the damn door. Dylon. It's not a very intimidating knock. I hear the footsteps of somebody approaching from down the hallway. Will you kindly keep the noise down? I mean, why would you want to make such a noise outside a person's room at this hour? You're just being a nuisance to everyone. Hey, old man, how about I throw you out the window? I got business to take care of with Dylon. Go back to your room. But he refuses to open the door. And what is this business you have with him then? Has he done something? It's between me and him. Suddenly, the door to 304 swings open. Oh, hello, Mr. Hyde. I didn't know you were still here. What do you mean you didn't know? It's nothing for you to worry about, Mr. Raver. My buzzer's busted and I can't always hear when a guest arrives. I see, so it was the buzzer. You spent so much time fixing other people's things, maybe you've neglected your own. Frank makes his way back to his room. Come in, we can talk inside. About time. Listen, Dylon. What do you want with me? Why'd you suddenly decide to open the door and let me in? Simple. I didn't want Mr. Raver to start jumping to the wrong conclusions. That's why. You know how he used to be a detective? He'd just go around poking his nose in. I've noticed that you use the word detective a lot when we talk, Dylon. Do I? Can't say I've noticed. It may be only a hunch, but are you fixated on me and Mr. Raver because you're really into cops and the lifestyle that goes with it? Exactly. Then maybe you'd like to tell me why you're also keen on monitoring the other tenants. It's natural. Everyone likes to know what other people get up to. That's all it is. I'm not some sort of stalker, you know. That's exactly what a stalker would say, you stalker. Dylon, you went to Lucky's Cafe today, right? Yeah, I went down there. So you'll know all about the letter I found there, too. Letter? What letter? The one that was attached to the underside of table B. Ah, right, that letter. So he does know about it. Just as I suspected. Tell me everything you know about that letter. I don't know anything about it. Don't lie to me. You put it there, didn't you? You think I put it there? You bet your ass I do. Hee. What's so funny? Listen to yourself and your stories. My stories? Instagram stories? Yeah, they're amusing. So what did the envelope have inside it? Was it some sort of clue to something? Dylon. Come on, Mr. Hyde, what did it have inside? You can tell me, I can keep a secret. Come on. Dylon. What are you trying to hide? I beg your pardon. Are you working for someone else? Mr. Hyde, I really don't know what you're talking about. Trying to pull a fast one on me? I'm not trying to do anything of the sort. I'm not working with anyone. More importantly, so what did the envelope have inside it? Was it some sort of clue? Wait a minute. Why are we doing this again? Please, Mr. Hyde. Can't you just give me a hint? You can tell me something about what you found, can't you? Give it a rest, pest. I've just about had it with you. We're through talking. Huh? What did I do? I must have made a mistake. I'm sorry I gave you the wrong impression. Didn't mean to get you excited over nothing. Catch you later. Smell you later, Gramps. Look at that serial killer. That's just like how the others act. They treat me like I'm some sort of idiot. They think I don't know anything. Dylon? Were you talking? But they're wrong, Mr. Hyde. I know lots of things. How people smell. Such as? Like I knew that there was a letter stuck under the table. Yeah, because you're probably staring at butts and balls. So you do know something. Who left it there? Tell me. Sorry, even I don't know that. Shame. If you knew that, maybe we could have talked some more. Mr. Hyde. Why are you so keen on finding out about that letter anyway? Forget it, Dylon. We've got no more to discuss. The letter may not have had a sender, but I know it didn't come from you. The letter didn't have a sender? Mr. Hyde, are you telling me that you received an unmarked letter too? What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say, did you receive a threatening letter as well? He knows something, I'm sure of it. Who's been threatened? Maybe you should just forget I said anything. Oh, okay. Too late for that, Dylan. Damn it, I said Dylan. Is somebody in this apartment being threatened? Damn, I didn't want to tell anybody. Who is it? I can't say. Tell me. It's her. There are 3 women in this whole building. Okay, Mrs. Patrice. She's being threatened. That's right. Why would somebody want to threaten her? I haven't got a clue. But I can tell you for a fact somebody is doing just that. There I go again, running my mouth off. Now what am I gonna do? I really didn't want to tell anyone about the threat. I'm begging you, Mr. Hyde. Please don't breathe a word of this to anyone. How did you know about the threat to Mags? I came across it one day. Came across it how? I'd gone to Mrs. Patrice's room to fix something, and there was a phone call. I can tell you that the phone call in question was definitely threatening. It only lasted a short time before cutting off, too. Mrs. Patrice's face turned pale and her hands began to shake. From that point on, I made it my job to look over her. It was also from that time that unmarked letters and packages began to arrive. Not long after that phone call, Mrs. Patrice had made her decision to sell this place. So, does Mags even know that you were there to witness the threat? Has she mentioned it at all? I don't think she registered that I was there. I just kept quiet as a mouse. Hey. Did you think it'd be bad for you if she knew? Of course I did. If she knew that I'd overheard that phone call, she'd certainly stop asking me to perform all those little maintenance jobs around here. Not only that, I'm sure she'd have made me leave way before we all vacate. She's that kind of person. I know plenty of her secrets, Mr. Hyde, and I'm not just talking about the threat. It sounds like you're about to tell me all of her secrets, buddy. What kind of things do you know? Stuff about the past. Ooh, that's not vague at all. I could tell you things, Mr. Hyde. Things about Mrs. Patrice's past. Then enlighten me. Everyone has a past, all right, but hers is more interesting than most. I know you don't exactly trust me, Mr. Hyde, but I can assure you I did not send you any unmarked letters. I want you to believe me. I'm not the sort of person who goes around threatening others. Is that so? It is. If you think it'll help you solve this mystery, I'll tell you about Mrs. Patrice's secrets. On one condition, though. You share with me what was in that letter you found. So, have we got a deal? I'll think about it. I got somewhere to be. I make my way out of Dylon's room. Before he starts trading my secrets. Why'd Dylon have to go and set me off with all that talk of secrets and stuff? And Mags. Could she be connected in some way? Connected to the incident that happened all those years ago. I think it's time I gathered my thoughts about all that's happened. December 22nd, Ed woke me up with a phone call in the morning. He said he was willing to take me back to work for Red Crown, but on one condition. What did he want me to do? Sell items to 2 tenants? He told me to sell items to 2 people in this building, then get him on the phone. Once I completed his task, I called him to let him know. I also took the opportunity to discuss the mysterious order sheet I'd received. Ed eventually agreed to let me pursue the order and try to locate the Scarlet Star. He went on to tell me the reason why the police had reopened my dad's case. He said the case had been reopened due to a connection with the crime syndicate called Nile, which is a weird name. Nile was the crime syndicate Brad Bradley was investigating undercover 4 years ago. Exactly how this syndicate was connected to my dad's death was something that neither I nor Ed could imagine. When Frank came to collect the cassette tape I got from Tony, I asked him why he was so keen on investigating what happened 13 years ago. Instead of answering, he gave me a picture and said to stay away from the people in it. I recognized 2 people in the photo. One was Marie, and the other was Rex Foster. It was a picture showing a scene at a funeral. There was a much younger Rex among the other attendees. It seems that Rex knew about Marie 13 years ago. And that's one of the things I intend to investigate from now on. On a message left on my answer machine, the recipient of the item was revealed. For information on the reward, I was told to look under table B in Lucky's Cafe. When I did so, I found that somebody had attached an envelope under the table. In addition to the letter that explained what the reward was, there was something else. The other item was... There was an extract from an old newspaper inside the envelope. It contained the story surrounding the case where my dad was killed. The letter said that the reward for finding the item was the truth of 25 years ago. This was an offer that certainly got me thinking. When I reread the letter, I noticed something unusual about the typography. I applied some pressure to Dylon when asking him about the unmarked letter. He said that he didn't know anything about it. He went on to say that there was somebody in the building who'd received a threat. The person who received the threat was... Mags. Dylon told me that someone had issued a threat towards Mags. Dylon also said that in exchange for information on the unmarked letter, he would share some more of the secrets he knew about Mrs. Patrice. I wasn't ready to commit to anything at that moment, so I left. Now there are even more mysteries surfacing in this building. I have to deliver the missing item to whoever's responsible for Kathy McGrath's murder. The reward for finding it is the truth of 25 years ago. I can't stop wondering what the sender of that order sheet really wants. What am I going to find out by unraveling this mystery? Who in this apartment had a part to play in the events that happened in the past? What little I'd managed to put together in my head's come apart. I have to start again and try to uncover the whole truth behind what happened 25 years ago. You can now read the events of this chapter in the Last Window novel. Whoo, boy. Oops. Those summaries really is a lot of reading. I mean, any game that's not going to have, that's all dialogue like this. Lots of reading for me. Let me take a sip of something. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Right, Tank? Taking a little nap? You taking a cat nap, Tank? Yeah, you are. You're a good boy. The killer is... who? I'm so deep standing here in the street at night. December 23rd, Tuesday morning. I'm woken up by the sound coming from the TV. And that was tomorrow's weather. Huh? What's that noise? I must have fallen asleep in front of the TV. Now for today's special feature. We take a look at the jewelry robberies that rocked LA 2 decades ago. It was apparent that a crime ring was stealing jewels and selling them on the black market, but the group itself vanished from the face of the earth some 13 years ago. The LAPD are investigating the current spate of jewelry robberies in the area, and considering the possibility that they may be connected to these past robberies. This is Robert Harrison for 5 News, signing off. Getting paid the bid bucks to talk for a couple seconds. Bye, Harrison dude. As I try to pull myself out of bed, I feel the alcohol still lingering in my stomach. It all comes back to me. I remember talking to Dylan, then being invited to the bar by Tony for a few drinks. As I try to get my thoughts from the day before in order, I make my way over to the window and open the blinds. The brightness flooding in through the tiny window sets my room aglow. I lean against the window with my eyes half closed, my body bathed in light. As I gradually open them, I see the familiar backdrop come into focus before me. It's a shame that my days of seeing this first thing in the morning are numbered. Now that I think about it, my mom must have seen a similar sight. After my dad was killed, on the morning Mom and I planned to leave this town. She stood in front of the window in the room she'd once shared with Dad. She said nothing, just stared into the distance. I splash a couple of handfuls of water onto my face. Then throw on some clothes. Damn, my throat's so dry, can't believe I got drunk on a Monday night. I'm such a bum. There's only one remedy for this, a trip to the cafe. Someone's gonna talk to me on my way there, I swear to God. I just want to go to the cafe and eat some sort of breakfast, have a cup of coffee, but no, someone's gonna talk to me because I can't go anywhere. Can't, wait, what do you know? I'm proven wrong. Huh? We've had an elevator this whole time? Okay, just staring at each other. Well, hello there, Mr. Hyde. Looks like the elevator's working again. After all the inconvenience, it has finally been repaired. Now that you're all leaving, you and the other residents will be able to make use of it from today onwards. It's a shame that it got repaired so close to when we will have to vacate, though. Even so, this should make it more convenient for everyone when they move their things. Maybe you would have had more tenants if you had working things. Ever think of that, Margaret? I'm sure it will. However, every silver lining has its cloud. Did she really just reverse that saying to make it more depressing? The vending machine in the lobby is to be removed tomorrow. I see, that's a shame. Can't tell you how often I made use of the old thing. You were a frequent customer, were you? Mrs. Patrice, could you delay removing the machine until the last day instead? I love the cool pop from that machine. I think I'm addicted to the stuff. Much as I'd love to do so, Mr. Hyde, I'm afraid I can't. I fully appreciate that all the tenants are under a lot of stress and strain, but please don't forget that I am as well. I have so many things to do before then. I wouldn't want there to be any last-minute trouble before I hand the place over. Has there been any trouble before? None whatsoever. Well, that's certainly good news then. And before you ask, Mr. Hyde, I haven't brought up the little indiscretion from before. To be completely honest with you, I'd sooner forget about the whole thing. Mrs. Patrice? It's my head. Are you all right? I do apologize. I sometimes have episodes like this. I get a really sharp pain in my head all of a sudden. I'm gonna have to leave you for now. Mrs. Patrice heads back to her room. So it looks like our beloved vending machine's going to disappear tomorrow. So you want me to, like, do something with it? There's a notice on the vending machine. Special promotion. Buy something from the machine and be sure to check the reverse of the bottle cap. Winners will receive fabulous prizes. For more information, please contact the landlady or the proprietor of Lucky's Cafe. Good luck. Fabulous prizes. Maybe I should buy some juice. Okay. Why don't we? I have $5. Oh, here we go. What'll it be? Okay. Drag it in. And then he said he likes Cool Pop. Cool Pop, my favorite. I open the bottle and glug the whole thing down. I drink this all the time, but it's just as tasty as ever. But this time it might come with a prize. This bottle cap is a winner. I put the winning bottle cap in my pocket. Oh, look at that face. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been about 25 minutes, a little bit over, probably closer to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna end this video here. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.